This is $100,000 of Lego Star Wars minifigures.
I know. $100,000 is a lot of money. You may be wondering, how in the world did I get this many Lego Star Wars minifigures? If you didn't know, I own a Lego resale store in West Bend, Wisconsin called Wabi Bricks. People bring their Lego collections into our store all the time. People also reach out to us on Whatnot, email, Facebook, Instagram to sell us their Lego Star Wars minifigures. Over the last year or so, I've been buying Lego Star Wars minifigures and not selling them. I was holding them for a pretty big project that I had in mind. I was thinking about maybe doing some Lego Star Wars minifigure mystery bags, which never happened. By the time I figured out I wasn't gonna go through with the project, I had 4 28-gallon totes full of Lego Star Wars minifigures. And Lego Star Wars minifigures are pretty small, so you can fit a lot of them inside a tote. And if you don't think I have $100,000 of Lego Star Wars minifigures, trust me, there will be no doubt by the end of this video. I'm going to show you all my minifigures up close, and we're saving the most expensive ones for last. Also, I should mention, I'm in deep credit card debt. All of these minifigures are going to be auctioned off on Whatnot. Whatnot is a live streaming platform where sellers can go live to sell their Lego. I'm going live on Saturday, June 28th at 10 a.m. to $1 every single Lego Star Wars minifigure in this video. What's even crazier is I'm going to give away Cloud City Boba Fett, the grail Lego Star Wars minifigure. He's worth about $1,500. You can get $15 off your first purchase on Whatnot when you sign up with my link in the description below. I'll also post a link to the stream in the description. So what are you waiting for? Join my community on Whatnot. Sign up with that link and make sure you don't miss the stream on Saturday, June 28th. Now let's get back into the video. Each of these 64 by 64 gray base plates holds about 200 Lego Star Wars minifigures. This plate right here has some pretty high-end droids, especially those sand red battle droids back there. I'd estimate that these minifigures will sell for around $7 per droid. Assuming there are 200 on here, that puts this plate at $1,400. Over here we got some commando droids and regular B1 battle droids. Commando droids usually sell for about $5 to $6, and B1 battle droids usually sell for about $2. I'd estimate this plate is about $800. Over here we got some more B1 battle droids, but this is mostly super battle droids. Super battle droids usually go for $3 to $5. I'm guessing this one's $800. We got some assassin droids over here. Some of these do have prints on their heads. Those ones are a little bit pricier, maybe like $3 to $4, but the regular ones without printing are $1 to $2. So this plate isn't very expensive. This plate's probably around $500 to $600. This plate has a ton of snow troopers and AT-AT pilots. These I'm guessing will sell for roughly $5 a piece, putting this plate around $1,000. Imperials are weird. Some of them go for over $50, but most of them are probably in that $7 range. The tan ones up front are pretty nice. Those are around $10 to $15. I'd estimate these sell for around $6 to $8 on average. I'm guessing this plate would sell for probably about $1,200 if I auction them all off individually. Over here we got a ton of AT-ST pilots, TIE fighter pilots, AT-AT pilots, Death Troopers, Shadow Troopers, Special Force TIE Fighter pilots, AT-DP and AT-AP pilots. Very big selection of Imperials here. These would also probably sell about $6 a piece, putting this plate at about $1,200. On this plate, we got a ton of Mandalorians with some clones sprinkled in. We got some Inferno squads right there, as well as some General Veers in the back and some black AT-ST pilots, AT-AT pilots. We even got some Death Troopers right there. Those are really nice. Those usually sell for about 15 to 20 bucks a piece. This plate we might even be able to get $7 to $8 per figure. So I'm putting this one at about $1,400 to $1,600. This is a lot of Death Star Troopers, Fleet Troopers, First Order Troopers, and just some random P1 clones sprinkled in. You also got a few AT-ST pilots in the back. These figures aren't great. The clones are pretty nice, but I'd guess that these sell for about $4 to $5 per on average. This plate's probably around $900. This plate has a wide array of figures, but it's mostly Imperials. We got some pretty cool Shadow Troopers right here. Got a whole bunch of TIE fighter pilots, hover tank pilots, Claw Troopers, Jawas, First Orders, and Tuskens. I'd guesstimate that this plate sells around $5 per figure, so about $1,000 for this plate. This plate has a bunch of cool alien minifigs like Wookiees, Tuskens, Chewbacca's, Jawas, Gungans, Geonosians, Ugnaughts. Really nice plate. I could see this plate selling for about $7 per figure, putting this plate at around $1,400. Clone Troopers. Everyone loves Clone Troopers. This plate would realistically probably sell for about $6 to $7 per fig, just because there's a lot of 330 seconds on here with helmet holes. But we have some 501st clones on here without helmet holes, some Senate Troopers, and my own custom Wappy Wolfpack Phase 2s print on official Lego parts, and they're pad printed. I'd guesstimate this plate's around $1,200 to $1,400. Over here we got some pilots and Hoth Troopers, as well as my P2 Wolfpacks. packs. This plate's probably around $1,000 to $1,200. We got a whole bunch of Phase 2 clone troopers from the battle pack and some scouts. This plate's around $1,000. Over here, we got some really nice figures like the Mortar Troopers, Inferno Troopers. We even got some Kashyyyks and some 2/12ths and 1/87ths in the back. This plate's probably around $1,500. Over here, we don't have anything too special, just a lot of first order troopers, which aren't too popular, but we do have some mortar troopers and some hover tank pilots in the back there. This plate's probably around $1,200. This is a goated plate right here. The cheapest figures on here are the Sith troopers, and these usually go for $5 to $7 on Whatnot, but we got Death troopers on here, a ton of Utapau clone troopers, ARV troopers, 187ths, bomb squads, Kashyyyks, Praetorian Guards, Gamorrean Guards, Ewoks, and some other clone troopers. We even got some Airborns in the back there. Some of these figures sell for up to $20. I wouldn't be surprised if we got $2,500 to $3,000 out of this plate. We got another goated plate here full of clone troopers. My guess is this plate would also sell for probably around $12 to $15 a clone trooper. Pretty easily, pretty much all the figures on here are at least $10 besides the Phase 2 clone troopers on here from the new battle pack. Because of those figures, I'm gonna go with $10 a figure and say this plate sells for $2,000. On this plate right here, we got more clone troopers. We got a lot of OG 327s and OG Phase 2s. Even got some Old Republic figures on here. This plate doesn't have as many high-end clone troopers on it. I'd still say it sells for about $10 a figure, putting it at $2,000. More clone troopers and some Mandalorians. This plate is carried by the Geonosis clone troopers and 187ths. We even got some Sand troopers and Kashyyyks in the back there. This plate's probably around $8 per figure because of the lower end clone troopers scattered around. On average, the figures on this plate are probably around $8. I'm guessing $1,600 for this plate. Over here, we got a boatload of stormtroopers. We got a ton of 332nds. We got some Kashyyyks, 501sts. $1,500 for this plate seems about right. The clones just keep coming. I'm gonna say about $8 a fig, putting this plate at $1,600. This is littered with stormtroopers and first order troopers. I'm guessing probably $6 a fig, so $1,200. The duality of this plate is looking sick with the red, white, and blue. America, baby! Caw-caw! But yeah, realistically, probably $6 a figure on this plate, so maybe $1,400. That was actually all of the army builder plates. Now we're going on to the single minifigures. Now the singles, I put on 16 by 32 base plates, and these hold about 50 minifigures. This plate right here, these are all custom minifigures printed on official Lego parts. I'm guessing they normally sell for about $15 to $20 per, putting this plate at potentially $1,000. This plate has some astromechs. These ones are pretty unique, so I'd go with probably around $7 to $8 per on this one, like a $350 plate. This plate, I probably say about $5 per figure, so about $250. We got a whole bunch of heroes on this plate, probably around $7 to $8 per figure. We're gonna say $400. We're gonna go $400 to $500 on this one. Honestly, all these hero plates probably selling for about $7 to $8 per figure, if I'm being realistic. So $400 to $500. These Sith minifigures are super dope. Vaders usually sell for about $6 to $7 a piece, but some can go for more. Palpatines usually go for about $10. The unique ones usually go for about $15 to $20, and Darth Mauls usually go for about $15 to $20 as well. So this plate, I'd say it's an easy $500. This plate has a few unique villains on it. I'd say $10 per figure is pretty reasonable for this plate, so $500. This plate right here, I'd probably say more about $400. This plate right here, I feel like $400 to $500. This one has a lot of the lower end villains, so probably around $350. This plate, I'm more inclined to get close at $10 per, but there's a few too many RB builders on here to get at that point, so I'd probably say around $8 per, putting this plate around $400. We got some really nice heroes on this plate, some really nice clone troopers. Honestly, I could realistically see about $15 per figure on this plate, which would be about like $750. This plate right here also has some nice heroes on it, probably getting close to that $10 per figure mark, but maybe just a little bit shy, so probably around $450. This plate right here has a few too many army builders to get to that $10 mark, but there are some nice ones that'll probably raise the average quite a bit. So I'd probably go around $7 to $8, putting at that $350 to $400. This plate is obviously not full, but there's a whole lot of really nice figures on it. Those monochrome usually sell really well, especially like the glitter Royal Guards. The base ones will probably sell for about $10 a piece, but the glitter ones will probably sell for $20 to $30, maybe more. Sometimes those can go nuts. And we also got some of these nicer figures up here. Honestly, this plate might go for like $400 plus, maybe more. This plate right here has some lamer heroes, probably around that $7 mark, $350. Got a bunch of really sweet Jedi right here. Jedi usually gets to that $10 plus mark pretty easily, especially because some of these are unique, like Ezra Bridger, Qui-Gon Plo Koon. So we're looking at about 500 right here. These are some lower end Jedi on this plate, so probably around 350. Got some more unique Jedi in here. I'd say around 450, 500. This plate as well has a bunch of Ahsokas, but people love their Ahsokas. I think 450. We got more Sith on this plate, and a standard battle droid, and a really, oh my gosh, that's the Count Dooku. That's like a $70, $80 minifigure right there. That Grievous usually sells for about 20 bucks. So we're probably looking at $400 to $500 here. I feel like each Sith plate is pretty safe estimate for $500. This plate is really nice. So we got some Dookus on here. Those usually sell for about 30 bucks. Santa Maul is like 25. Savage Oppresses sell for about 30. Gar Saxon usually goes for about 30 as well. We also got some Nari on this plate, as well as the Grand Inquisitor. I could realistically see about $20 per figure for this one. So this could be like an $1,000 plate right here. This plate doesn't really have anything too special, but we do have an OG C-3PO on there, as well as Mace Windu's Astromech. Probably around $7 a figure for this plate, maybe $6. So I'd say $300 to $350 is pretty safe for this one. We got a whole bunch of R2-D2s and Luke Skywalkers on this plate. There are 20 pairs to be exact. I'd guess each pair probably sells for about $10, maybe a little bit more. So $200 to $250 seems reasonable. And on this plate, we got a whole bunch of banger customs. I'd say these probably sell for $15. There's 39 figures on this plate, so I'd say $600 is a pretty safe estimate. Got some poly bags. This one's $5. This one's probably around $15, $20. Blue Milk Luke's around $25, $30. Planets $5 to $10. So anywhere from $50 to $70 for these four. If you're curious about where I'm getting the pricing on these minifigures, I have over 5 years of experience selling Lego Star Wars and 3 years of experience selling Lego on Whatnot. So I'm very familiar with what minifigures sell for on Whatnot and on other marketplaces. So that's how I'm coming up with these estimates. We're on to the final back stage of the minifigures. There's some really nice minifigures right around here. I'm gonna save those guys for last. This plate isn't anything special. It's like 30 minifigures, $5 a fig, maybe 6. We're looking at maybe 200 bucks. This plate's got 50 figures. This plate's probably around that $250, $300 mark. This one, it's a lot of C-3POs and R2-D2, so maybe $200. This is all customs, but it looks like quite a few army builders. So it's probably around $10 to $15, $700. That's a lot of R2-D2s. Maybe $100, $120. Oh, there's some nice Astromechs on this plate. That's probably around that like $400, $450 mark. Got some solid droids on here. I'm guessing around 200. Ooh, we got some customs here. 32 customs. I'm gonna go with 400 bucks. Some battle droids, I'll probably say like $100 to $120. We'll go with 150. You know what? I'll say 300 for this plate. Not a lot of R2-D2s on this one. I'll say 200 to 250. 80 bucks, maybe 100. Probably say like 200, 250 for this one. These dewbacks are pretty sweet. They're probably selling for about like $20 to $30 based on how complete they are. And then we got some more dewbacks right here. These are the OGs, probably like 20 bucks for those, maybe 30 for this General Grievous vehicle. I'm gonna give the Grievous some lightsabers. I'd expect this to maybe sell for 40 bucks. And we got a bunch of droidicas here. Those will probably sell for about $5 each. We got some crab droids here. Those will sell for a couple bucks, so nothing crazy. Same with the ATRTs, probably like $5 a piece. These crab droids probably around $5 a piece. Tauntauns with Han Solo, I'd guess $30 to $40. And the Gungans on here, probably $25 to $30. This is a pretty rare watch. No idea how much that is gonna sell for. I'm guessing $50. Anakin, probably like $30, $40. Fallen Knight, that's a Whatnot exclusive. On release, those sold for like $300, but probably getting $100 for that. Jedi Bob, probably around $50 to $75. We got this M&R signed exclusive Zabarilius from Brickworld Chicago 2023. No idea what that's gonna go for. I feel like $50 is a pretty safe guess. We got a Cloud City Luke right here in mint condition. This could probably go for up to $400. This Darth Maul polybag, I think think is in that $70 range. Lauren is in around $90. A little ahead of myself getting into those high ends. Let's go back to some of these army plates. I'm gonna speed run through these. 350, 350, 300, 350, 500, 350, 300, 300, 400, 350, 350. Okay, this plate has some nice figures like the Mithril, Cody, ARC Troopers go for up to like $35, $40. Grease around 40 to 50. Oh, this is a nice plate. Screw it. $800. 12 General Grievuses. Bro, this is like $400 right here. Dude, that's a lot of Ayla Sakuras. Those usually go for about $30, maybe 40. I'm gonna say like $700, $800 for this plate. Rancor, that's about 120. We got some Wampas, but they're missing their ears. So those are about $20, I'd say right here, maybe 25. Queel, that dude's a baller from the UCS Razor Crest. He's probably like $80. Really nice plate of villains right here. Lots of $20+ minifigures. Pretty much every single figure on here is $20+. So I'd say like $800, $900 for this plate. Let's go with some Jedi. $350. Some really nice figures on this plate as well. Let's go with $600, $700. We got Force Ghost Anakin and Force Ghost Obi-Wan on this plate. Those could probably go for like maybe $50. We're gonna go with $600 for this plate. Got some more really nice figures on this one as well. The Wampa alone's like 40. Jabba and Rada. Jabba's like 35. Rise 25. Callus is about 40, $50. Gar Saxon's 30. I'd realistically see like $600. We're getting into some of the heavy hitters. I'd say $350. $350 for this one too. This one's probably $350, but my boy Jedi Scoob, he's gotta be like a $2 billion minifigure. I'm kidding. I'll say $350 for this plate as well. Over here we got a bunch of really nice minifigures. I'll say $600 for this plate. Here we got some really nice ones. Malik, it's like a $40 minifigure right there, as well as some Jek 14, some Dooku's, Evan Peels, might be around that $800 mark for this plate. We got a ton of bangers on this plate. There's some figures over $100 on here, like the P1 Foxes in the corner. That Green Markings Clone Trooper is close. We got P1 Rexes right here, Angry. We got multiple P1 Rexes on here. Looks like we got 5. We got a Tactical Droid, OG Han Solo, Slave Leia from the Sail Barge, Old Rex, Pawn Corel, 2 of them actually, a Jek 14. Crazy plate right here. 2 slight misprint 501st Clone Troopers. This plate is over $2,000. Here we got sealed Revans. We got 5 of them. One of them is in the acrylic case. Is the final granddaddy stand of them all. We got a sealed Rebels Ahsoka right here. Brand new sealed hairpiece. That's $300 by itself. $250 for that Leia, $1,500 on Boba, CC Lando's $400, $300 for Django. Light Luminara's like $120, $60, $90 to $100 on the P1 Wolf Packs. Count Dooku's around $80, Bail Organa's $80, Padme's $60, Slave Leia $90, Light Up Vader $100, Star Killer $100, Light Up Obi-Wan $80, Misprint Rex, no idea what that's gonna sell for, but the regular figure is about $100, so we can go with that. Mace Windu $100, Endor Leia $80, Ula $60, P1 Wolf. I literally saw one sell for $200 the other day. P1 Wolf's about $160, $170. Jek 14, $50. P1 Rex, $100 at least. Bausch Leia, about $90. Sabine with helmet, $130. Anakin, Padawan Anakin's about $40. That is the Anakin from Palpatine's Arrest, about $50. Tebow, $70. Kit Fisto, $50+. Owen Lars right here is about, I'm not too sure about Owen, but I think $80 is pretty safe. Grievous with the cape, $60. P1 Cody, $50, $60. P1 Fox, about $130, maybe $150. Quinlan Voss, about $60, $50. Tactical Droid, about $50 to $60. Shock T with a really nice hairpiece, about $70. Gree, $40 to $50. Jedi Bob, $100. Pre-Vizsla around $150. Lieutenant, $70. This is the Palpatine, the rare Palpatine, about $100. Misprint 501st, who knows, but could go up to like $100, $200. Thrawn right here, about $50 for the OG one. Wes Jansen, at least 100, I believe. Han Solo right here. Mud Trooper Han Solo 40-50. Reese about 40-50. Han Krell about 50. Lando 50. Trevor 50 to 60. Luminara and Dooley from the Clone Turbo Tank 80 to 100. This Imperial right here about $50. Not too sure about that one. This is Plo Koon from the AV7 Cannon, $50. This misprint Greedo is insane. Depends who's in the stream, but I could see that selling for a couple $100. This is the Pearl Blue B2 Battle Droid, super rare and it's in really nice condition, no cracks, about $100. Tactical Droid 100 and Max Rebo about 50. We weren't able to hit 100K with the minifigures on the table, but I got some surprise bonus figs to add to the total. There's some crazy rare Lego minifigures that are coming up next. And 2 of the items are exclusives that you've probably never seen before. There's about 300 Ned Bs in this bag. It's worth about $3,000. In this bag, we have 150 Mandalorian loyalists. This bag is worth around $1,500. 100 Taun Wees in this bag, $1,000. And then we got a whole bunch of brand new Plo Koons worth about $1,000. I got a crap load of my custom Phase 2 wolf packs. There are over 800 in this bucket and they're worth around $10 a piece. So this is about $8,000. Right here, we have all the Cloud City figures in excellent condition. Value is about $3,200. And then I got a ton of high-end minifigures in my store. These base plates have some crazy rare minifigures on them, like that Shadow Arf in the top corner. All the figures on these plates are at least $20, and there's a lot over $100. We even got some Clone Army customs over here. And we got a few straggler singles and army builders on these shelves, and a whole bunch of army builders on this bottom shelf. We also got a sealed Chrome Vader for $650, another $400 Darth Revan poly bag, and we even got this super rare $2,500 Comic-Con minifigure set. Only 300 of these exist. This is number 110. And finally, our last item is the Star Wars Celebration Darth Vader and Royal Guard Cube. $5,000 item right here. One of the stormtroopers did fall off. The glue on the legs wore off. He's stuck in there. Help me! This is an exclusive 271 of 500. All the Star Wars minifigures in these cases, we have out for sale for over $16,000. And why not? Let's throw in this bag of some crazy rare Lego Star Wars minifigures like OG Jango, P2 Rex, Malgus, Fox, Rebo, Zeb. There's probably at least $2,000 of Lego Star Wars minifigures in just this bag. Thank you for watching my video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and make sure to check out our other content. See ya!